everyone, welcome back to Litigation Help. My name is Hui-Litiwn, and joining me here are regular guests, Dan Rosman and Heather Douglas. Welcome back, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Heather. Thanks for having me back.
Great. Last year, we did a video on hyperlinking the case lines. So if you haven't seen it, click on the button above or in the link in the description box below. And today's video, we're going to do an update on this topic. So Dan, I'll start with you. You're all excited to share some new things that you've learned about this, don't you? So tell us, what did you learn?
So I went back to that video that we did last year.
Yeah.
So it's over a year ago we did it. And case lines, I've had a year, and we've all had a year to sort of live with it and discover some new tricks. And I also think the way that I showed how to link within case lines, I think I can do a better job. So we're back to do an update to that video. And I'm going to show you not only again how to link within case lines itself, which is now going to be called Case Center moving forward, apparently. But I'm also going to show you a second way where we're going to link in our Word document, in our factum, to case lines. And hopefully that'll make things a little faster. I find the second way much faster than the in case lines way. So we'll go through those two things.
And Heather, you're going to jump in, right?
We'll add some commentary as we go.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay, great. So let's start off in case line. So I'm going to use actually the same sort of dummy case that I was using last time. I'm going to share my screen with everyone. So here we are. So I'm in case lines now. As you can see, this is the index tab. So when you get into case lines, you select your case, you go to update case, which I haven't shown you, but you go to update case and you're going to find yourself here. Okay. You select the index tab, and obviously all your documents are already uploaded and everything's ready to go. We're just at the hyperlinking phase here. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to hyperlink our factum. Okay. So here is document number 2 in this. Our factum, we're going to go to view. That'll pick up a new tab, which will open. Here's my factum. Now I know that I want to, start my first hyperlink on page, 3 of the factum. Nope, no, that's not it. That's my index. So let's say page 7 of the factum. Okay, so now this is a thing about
skipping to page 7 because you've already hyperlinked the table of contents.
Yeah, the hyperlinking the table of contents would have happened before we uploaded to case lines. This is hyperlinking within case lines. So I guess we should talk about a situation where this would happen is when you are using a factum and a motion record or an application record or some record of evidence, you want to link that in your factum in case lines to the other record that's already in case lines, right? So if a judge is at home preparing for the hearing, they through case lines can link around. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. So, and I'll give you an example. So here at the bottom, we would, let's say, have a citation. I mean, I picked a random page. Maybe I'll pick a different one to show you. I'm hoping I should have been a little more prepared for that. But so here, this citation goes to the decision. And it's in the joint book, the joint appeal book. It's at tab 3, page 17. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to create a link here that takes us to that place. Okay. And you can see the next citation has it already. The reports, it's also in that book, tab 13, pages here and there. And then it says HA 474. That's a link that we made previously. 474 is the actual case lines page number. So not only would a judge or the opposing counsel or whoever, know the page number just by reading it. If they clicked, and I can do that right now, another tab comes up, and here they are. They're in that page. Okay, and if they're just reviewing the evidence, it'll take them to the reviewing evidence version of this page. Okay. So we want to create this. Now, I really don't like the way the system works. I find it very clunky, and I'm going to explain to you why in a minute, okay? So first things first, we're going to hyperlink. So up at the top here, it says hyperlink, okay? So we're going to do that. We click hyperlink. It zooms the page in because now we're going to be able to sort of drop this hyperlink wherever we want. So we want to find tab 3, page 17. So we're going to drop it here, add a hyperlink to this page. Okay. Now this is where it becomes annoying, in my respectful opinion. It becomes annoying because what we talked about in the last video and what everyone that uses Caselines talks about a lot is Caselines page numbering, right? When everyone has to get on the same page with page numbering, and usually we use, as you can see in the bottom of the screen here, pages like A267, which is the current pages or the master pages. But when we find these documents for the purposes of hyperlinking, we're using now a whole other page numbering system, right?
That's why when I prepare for hyperlinking, I will write down like the motion record of which section it's in, and I'll write down what page number it is into the document, and I'll just have all those numbers written beside me. So that way I'm not flipping between documents when hyperlinking. Because otherwise
that's a great way to do it. The way I do it is a little bit differently, but it's essentially the same thing. It does the same job. So what I need to know when I want to hyperlink there is, and what Heather, you need to know, and you write it down. What I need to know is where do I want to hyperlink it to, and where's this on Caseline? So we have this section selection here. So if it's the appellant, and I want to go to the appellant's book, right? I think I want to go to the appellant's tab 13. So I click there. Then it gives me all the different documents that are in that section. So here is 13. Am I going to, sorry, I'm not going to 13. I'm going to 3. The bottom one's to 13. I'm going to 3, right? So it's actually document number 7, the way it was uploaded, but it's labeled tab 3, interim decision. So that's correct, page 11, right? Now I have to pick the page number. It's not a Caselines page number. It's the page numbers from that section, okay? So I need to find out what it is. I know that it's page 17, tab 3. So if I go up here to the top, I can do this whole thing again. Here's index. I want to open it up as a new tab. So I've got it there. I can go to my tab 3 here and view it. That's right, I think. And let's say, where did I want to go? I'm forgetting. I wanted to go
page
to
17.
Page 17. Okay, so I have to go here to find page 17. Right? Is this right? I'll double check. Is this what I want to do? Yep. Okay. And then I can say page 17. And then I can save that.
Yeah. And then with the description, with the description part, Dan, do you have a special way of wording it, or do you do it for you?
So I used to, until I realized it doesn't matter because no one sees it. So we can just put Caselines page. Or I used to do the A, like the current number, but right now I don't think it even matters. So you can do it for you.
Yeah, I've been doing it like for me, and I've been writing, if it's a motion record, I'll just do like motion record. Sometimes I'll add in like the Caseline document number, like 007 motion record. Right.
Okay, so for the purposes of this, I just wrote tab 3, page 17. Press save, and here comes my link, right? So that's that. So now, where are we here? What page is this? We can see if it works. So we're at page 5, we're at page 8 of the joint factum. So if I go now to I guess the case home, if I review, just so that we can see if this worked or not, go to the joint factum. Okay, so I found my page where I made my hyperlink right there. You can click on it, and then it takes me right to where I wanted to link. Okay, so when we look at the way to do that, it's a fairly clunky process in my view. First, you have to go to the index. You set up the document that you want to create hyperlinks in, that you want to have links in that document. You go to index, you add a hyperlink, you then have to find where it goes through that process that we just walked through. you set those values, you press OK, and you put it in, right? That's the way that we did it last time on the last video.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of people will still like that way. For one thing, you don't have to upload and download things. It's everything happens within Caselines. So if you're concerned that you have an issue with, you know, pulling documents on and off and in specific orders, or you're concerned that you don't want to manipulate your factum after it's been filed and served, that's still a really good, it's still a way to do it. But you know, it takes a lot of sort of work.
Yeah, what I've been doing with my factums is anticipating that I'm going to have to do that hyperlinking. So I'll always cite the page number it is into the actual document. So if I'm hyperlinking to a motion record, and I know I'm going to be referring to Exhibit 1 or Exhibit A, and it's page 47 of 100 in that motion record, I will write those page numbers. So when it comes to the hyperlinking time, I'm not shifting between the documents. As long as I click the right record to hyperlink to, I already have the number in the factum right beside me, like in front of me while I hyperlink. Otherwise, it does become a really cumbersome process.
Well, even if you do have that information, you still have to go through that, you know, find the document, find the section, write it, and everything. So anyway, so that's a way to do it. Now I want to talk about the way that I've started to do it, which is to just link it to your Word factum. Okay. You can also do this with a PDF editor, but it's easier to do it in a Word document. And we're going to go through that now. So before we do, though, I want to talk about the order in which you upload your documents into Caselines. And Heather Douglas and I had a little conversation before we started recording this about what order your document should go in, right? Now, if you're in the divisional court, and I have the divisional court's practice direction up here, I'm going to share my screen. I spend most of my time with Caselines, at least, in the divisional court. Now, they have a practice direction that says here, to assist the panel, each party's document should be named using the convention set out in Appendix A and uploaded so that they are displayed in Caselines in the following sequence: factum first, application, appeal book, whatever it is, motion record second. Okay. Now, so I guess if you're in the divisional court, you got to be mindful that the practice direction says put your factum first. Heather, you said you looked at the Superior Court directions, which could change whenever you're watching this video. It could be totally changed. Everything could be totally gone. So just keep that in mind. But it doesn't have this. The Superior Court, at least from what we were able to find at this stage of the game, doesn't have this order required. So if you're in a situation where you find yourself not having to put it up in a special order, I say put your application, motion record, compendium, whatever it is you're going to link to, put that first. That should be the first document that gets uploaded. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because once that's there, it becomes the sort of anchor of evidence and the page numbers are set. And now everyone, you and your friend, because remember, on both sides, we both refer to evidence for different reasons. They'll have their page numbers ready to go. Okay. That's where the evidence is. The document that says A, B, and C will always be on page A502 or whatever, right? And I think that's very important to have that there. And it's an easy place to reference. Once that's on, now you've got all the page numbers that you need to that you're going to have to hyperlink in your fact, right? So knowing that, we can now link our factum in Word to our motion record or an application record. So I'm going to show you sort of how I do that now. So
I'm excited to see this because I haven't done it this way before.
Right. Just remember practice directions. They might want to have have it at in certain orders, right? But I think at the end of the day, and this is just my view, is that a judge will be much happier with a easy to navigate record rather than, you know, the order and everything being a big mess. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so here we are in Caselines. I've just picked a random page on this record. As you can see, it's master page A166, and it is current page A83. Okay. So let's pretend I want to link, you know, my factum says something about this here, and I need to cite it. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to view, and I want to go to copy link. Okay. Now, the link to this page has been copied to my clipboard. Okay. So now I'm going to unshare. I'm going to go to my factum. Okay. I'll share that with you now. Now, what did I say that page number was? I forget what the page number was. But let's pretend I remembered what the page number was. And it was citation number 4 here at the bottom that I was citing there. So what I like to do is this is just like my personal art of it. I put a big bracket. I go A96 or whatever it was. I totally forget. That would be the Caselines page number. I then select that.
Are you using the master numbers or the current numbers? Like
that's a whole other debate. I think we could do another video on that.
Oh, okay. What did you? But do you have a preference?
I like to use right now. The way that I do it, it's a current number because, well, it depends if you're in a. It's a whole other. It's a whole other.
Didn't mean to.
Yeah. Let's just, anyway. So let's just go back. Since we're off a second, I can go back and check back. It's actually page current A83. So I'll put that the right one. It was A83 in the bracket. I can then go over this. I can link to it. I can just put in the link. Whoops, that didn't work. That's my my Word not working properly today. I can put in the link. And that's there. So now, once I've done all that linking, which took way faster than the other way, I can just upload this. And if it's number 2, it's all linked.
Oh,
right?
Interesting.
And I don't have to go index this, index that, with that weird little thing that I have to find a place for it that doesn't fit and all that. I just have the Caseline page number right there. Done.
I will admit that seems way easier.
It does so much faster.
It's so much faster.
Yeah.
The problems are that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
One, if you're in divisional court, you're against the practice direction. The practice direction wants the motion record first. 2, if you filed all your stuff before you upload it to Caselines, you got a problem with manipulating your factum after it's been filed. You can't do that. Okay. So if you have if you have a good relationship with the lawyer on the other side, you can say, look, I'm just going to put in the links. They'll say, fine, there shouldn't be a problem. If you don't, you're technically manipulating your factum after it's been filed, right?
Yeah.
But the amount of time it saves, and which also, you know, translates into client money saved, I think it's worth it to try to have this as the way to do it. And
the interesting thing with that method, though, is if you are lucky to get the motion date early and to get access to Caselines early, then you won't be offending that rule.
Yes, that's part of the maneuvering you're going to have to do is get your Caselines before you file. And that way you can upload to Caselines your motion record. And then you can upload, you can do your linking, upload your factum, and then file. The reason why it's so important to upload your motion record first is because the way Caselines behaves is when you delete things, all the page numbers change. So if you did your factum first, then your motion record, then you deleted your factum because you had to upload a new factum with new case with new links in it and everything. All the links are dead and gone and it doesn't work. It'll only work if that motion record is up there and then never goes away. And those links are just left alone. You can then use them. And if you're the respondent, that motion or on that appeal or whatever it is, you can see that motion record that's there, and you link to it exactly the same way. You go to that piece of evidence in Caselines, and you copy the link and you put in your factum. Right? So those are the two ways that I do it now. Actually, it's not. I'd only do it the second way, but those are the two available ways that I've seen to link in your factums now with Caselines.
And have you ever had an issue with the page number shifting, or because you're very careful with the document order, you've not had an issue with those links remaining stable?
The only times they change is if people delete things, right? So if someone puts up a motion record, you then do all your linking, then they delete that motion record and re-upload it because of some whatever reason. Everyone's got a million reasons why they do that. It happens more often than you think. It shouldn't happen, but it does. Once they delete it, all your links are gone. You have to redo it.
And
right?
if you opened your Word document just separately, like let's say I downloaded it from Caselines and I start clicking through it, now I'm off of Caselines, and I click on that link, it will just reopen Caselines for me to see. Perfect. Which
works for you as as a lawyer with access to that case in Caselines. It'll open up, you'll just sign in and you'll be fine. Right? But if you're citing properly, you should also say where in the motion record is. So if someone just has that PDF, they should be able to get there as well.
Well, I think that's a brilliant way to do it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I just wanted to update everyone on the way I've been doing it because I think it's just a much faster way. So just to summarize, put that motion record, application record, whatever, appeal book, whatever it is, up first. Don't ever touch it again. Go to view, copy link, use that link from whatever page that you're citing to paste that into your factum, and then the words that you're going to put the link around are the Caselines page number, right? And then that way you can see the number, so you can either read it out or you can just click it, right? So
yeah, that makes sense. And I would always recommend that you make sure you hyperlink your case law before PDFing your factum in the Word to Canly.